Right, before I start, I need to point out something about Nexus, okay? These machines aren't user-friendly, okay? Now, I've written about it, so I don't know how many blogs I've written now, and I've put a lot of videos out, and I need to point out that for me to learn, I got my Credo, my V2, my V3, my Coronado, that doesn't come into it at the moment. When I got my V2, I spent ages practicing ground balancing, messing around with the discrimination, with the different coils, so I understood exactly what to do. Now, when I first used my V2, even after practicing, and experimenting for like a week and a half, when I went into the field initially, I wanted to throw the thing in a hedge. Yeah, because it's crazy initially before you get your head around it. These are not average analog machines. These are the performance that you get out of these, to me personally, will never ever be equaled by any other analog metal detector or any digital detector, and I say that with 100% confidence, okay? But to get the performance, you've got to understand how to use them, and it can take ages. And I had my V3 for thousands of hours on my V2. I bought the V3, and it's not the same as the V2, so I had to spend hours again practicing the ground balance, because you've got your dual ground balance here, messing with the discrimination, taking it out into the fields, and just putting the hours in. And eventually, you grasp it. Now, if you're not prepared to put the time in, don't waste your money, okay? Because you're only going to be disappointed. If you buy a Nexus machine thinking it's going to be like an analog that you've used before, or the 20 analogs you used before, you're going to be very disappointed, because it isn't, okay? It's completely ahead of everything. But to get the performance out of it, you've got to learn to master it, and that takes a long time. And I need to say that, okay? Because I don't want people buying this with this kind of fixed idea in their head of what it is and how it should be. The machines are hand-built separately. They come and get delivered to you in perfect working order. So when you first initially pick it up and it's like, it's not unmasking, it's not ground balancing, it's not this, it's because you personally are not setting it up correctly. That's it. There's nothing, because in theory, they're really simple machines. They're simple, but they're bloody tricky to start off with. And it's going to take you a long time. And there's going to be periods where you want to stamp on it or smack it around someone, just a innocent member of the public's head if you're in a park. There will be, I had that. But I fought through all of that, learned it, and it's an exceptional machine, okay? I need to get that straight, because it's so frustrating when I see people buy one and then they want to sell it straight away, or they think it's crap. It's not. If you haven't got it set up right, it's not going to perform right, and that is it. So, aluminium. That's a pretty big piece of aluminium. I've ground balanced it. To phase the aluminium out, you have to go so slow on this dial. You've got to go so slow, and just as it turns on the VCO to a low tone, that's where you leave it. And just to make sure you're completely on that sweet spot that discriminates out the aluminium, as you get the low tone, just move the discrimination back a touch, see if the high tone comes in again. If it does, a fraction of a movement on the discrimination until you get the low tone, which is this. Okay, so you got the low tone. Let's just do a same plane unmasking demonstration. So you've got the low tone, that's a big piece of aluminium, okay? It's a bit of a stupid test, to be honest. I've got this small silver sixpence. Let's put that there. Okay, let's move it a bit closer. Let's put it right next to it. You can rotate, it's going to pick it up. You can swing fast, it's going to pick it up, okay? Now, let's see if it manages to pick it up underneath. I haven't tried this, I don't know. Yes, it picks it up underneath the aluminium. And that's a small coin and it's silver, that, okay? See, low tone, put the silver sixpence under the aluminium, push it down. You know, that's smacking it. So that's one example. Right, so 3D unmasking. And these are exactly the same setups that I use when I go into the fields. I'm not setting this machine up to pass these stupid tests, because, you know, because let's be honest, these are just stupid tests, really. And I make them more because at home I'm bored. That's why I make demonstration videos. But to be honest with you, if I was able to get out and hunt every day, I wouldn't bother with this shit, to be really honest with you. But you know, it helps me to understand the machine, and hopefully it you know, it helps other people to understand the machine. So we've got, again, a stupidly big piece of aluminium. Let's just put it there. We've got the silver sixpence. It's a small coin. All right, I don't know where I got to because the batteries of the detector ran out. So let's just start this again. That's a small coin. That's a stupid sized piece of aluminium, okay? That's letting you know that the coin is there. Okay? Put it back under. This way. That's still letting you know that there's a non-ferrous target there.